Razzmatazz Multimedia presents Super Cameraman for...
What are those things? Sea urchins?
Sea urchins and spiders, you know, the two hallmarks of Castlevania.
I love how gracefully they just glide across the...
The cobblestone wall. It's not cobblestone if it's a wall, though, is it?
Okay, I'm leaving. All right, good night, everybody.
Okay, let's start this game for the first time.
I don't think we've ever tried playing this multiple times.
No, of course not. This isn't our fourth time, and
disastrous results every time.
It's Castlevania 4 because it's our fourth time playing it on the show. This time we're going to do it right because you're watching it, and that means we've done it right.
We want to make it sound more dramatic than that the video didn't work or the audio didn't work.
Now, what did we call the character last time? Did we give him a name?
First time we tried it was Marge.
Right.
God, what was it the second time? Was it... We couldn't fit Fart Knocker on there, so...
No.
Can we fit Desmond Llewellyn? No. Let's make it Desmond. That sounds like a...
That's a Q, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he is Q.
Oh.
Desmo Q.
Desmo Q.
Desmo Q.
Desmo Quo. Desmo Quo.
Desmo Q sounds like a PlayStation game. With a lot of lights flashing.
Okay, here we go. Just part of the Desmo Quo, the status quo.
Courtyardvania. Oh, sorry.
Castlevania 4, Thighs of Lusciousness. Here we go.
Die, Drac, die. Have you ever seen any of the Hammer horror movies?
The what?
Like the British company Hammer?
No.
Like they did a bunch of Dracula movies, and I've never seen the Frankenstein movies, but they did. That's one with Peter Cushing as Van Helsing. All the Christopher Lee Dracula movies are.
Oh
Hammer.
man!
And last Halloween I watched them all, and lost my mind a little bit. But it was pretty good.
3 minutes 5 seconds. It took that long for you to mention a movie I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
Is that a new personal best? It's got to be.
The next review we'll do is I'll be like, Dirty Work starring Norm Macdonald.
Oh man! One of these days I'll mention a movie you haven't seen, and it'll.
I'm pretty sure that's happened already.
Has it?
Yeah.
Maybe it has.
Here's an example of it.
Have you ever seen? We've talked about Cool World.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ooh, Star Crash.
Okay, yeah. Now you're just rubbing my nose in the fact that you've seen it and I haven't, because.
Well, here's the thing. I've been talking to a lot of people about that movie, but because it's on the new MS3K, it's not that big a deal anymore.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, like on, the one that's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, no way, I didn't know that. Oh.
I didn't either until I started being like, yeah, I saw this obscure movie yesterday, maybe you've heard of it. And they're like, yeah, we have heard of it, we watched it on MS3K, did you?
It's called Manos the Hands of Fate.
Yeah.
Oh, great, so now we have that to compete with for novelty of obscurity.
MS3K? Oh, we got way more relevant competition than that.
I know.
We've got, the Game Grumps and Oni Plays and Super Mega and this guy Terry who lives next door and...
Is there actually a guy named Terry who lives next door, or is this your actual next door neighbor named Terry?
Neither, really.
Oh.
I had to continue that sentence somehow.
Joe Sixpack. So Kate and I started watching. Yeah, I'm going to keep name dropping this legendary Kate. We started watching the new Mystery Science Theater, and I've heard nothing but good things. And you know what?
It's not good.
Bored the hell out of me.
Well,
the host segments weren't terrible, but I just wasn't feeling the riffs.
Were you a fan of the original?
Oh my god, it's my favorite show.
Okay, 'cause I wasn't even a fan of the original.
You aren't?
Not really.
my friend Pat and I, we had no access to it because in Rumford, Maine. Go ahead, look it up.
Don't bother.
We didn't have many channels. When MST was on Comedy Central and stuff, we didn't have that. So my sister, when she lived in Boston, I would have her tape them and bring them back to me.
That's dedication.
And then also we were buying the Rhino because they put the episodes on VHS, so we'd buy those when we were kids. But we were the only, to my knowledge at that time, the only fans in my town that even liked that show. I asked so many people about that show, nobody had ever heard of it.
So there's a point where you go north enough in Maine where TV just doesn't happen anymore?
Well, we had, the standard channels, but we didn't have Sci-Fi, we didn't have Comedy Central, didn't have, BET, that was hard for me to live without.
BET?
But, what is that thing?
ceiling moss. What were we talking about?
Something about Elizabeth Moss. I can't remember. Yeah, so Mystery Science Theater was a huge show for the two of us, and like still one of my favorite shows. I used to make relatives of mine watch it when they come over.
I think my dad showed me a best of one time, and maybe that's why I didn't like it, because I didn't have context to any of it, you know?
Do you like it now? Or are you indifferent?
I should give it a fair shot. I haven't.
I mean, I'm not going to hate you if you don't like it.
I mean, that's not really a risk I'm willing to take. We have a show to do.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things. Your interests are your personality. So if you say you don't like Mystery Science Theater, you're personally attacking me. So I can't have that. That's nerd culture for you.
We're going to be at the forefront of it now. Being on a YouTube channel and everything, sharing opinions.
Millions of people will be out for our necks.
Ah, crap! I shouldn't have gotten that. See, I still haven't remembered where like all the good and the bad items are. It's like,
what are the bad items again?
The knife, I think, is bad.
What do you got there? A coin purse?
Clock.
Like, oh, a clock. Why do you have a clock?
I think it stops time or something. Or it just tells time, I think.
This is battery acid, you slime.
Yeah.
Oh! What the hell is that thing?
I didn't get a good look at it, but
it was like a hedgehog made out of Play-Doh.
It looks like a moving cherub statue.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it's dead now.
They're supposed to be nice.
Dead-er. Ceiling moss.
Would you say they're dead and fond of it?
I'd say they're dead and bequeathed to it.
I'm pretty sure in our last two attempts to play this game, we talked for about 3 hours about Dracula Dead and loving it. So.
See, I can't remember if that was this series or a different series, you know?
So let's put it off for now. Let's not do it. Waste our...
it wasn't good, the end. Okay,
loved it as a kid, don't like it anymore.
Yeah. I know we talked about how sassy this little dragon horse.
Sassy dragon horse and sleepy skeleton knight. Yep. Who's not so sleepy anymore.
Well, I killed him before I got a chance to make him go, but...
Oh yeah, I love it when he does that. Man, said you got Jack Sprat here.
One more. Oh, they try to get you that way, but that bar at the top kind of spoils that.
He was chosen to protect the Grail, and you killed him. You chose poorly.
I chose to move on to level 2, so thank you to stand by that decision.
Actually, I'm pretty sure the bad guy in the Indiana Jones trilogy game,
right,
looks like that. Like when you fight him and he's like a skeleton, because remember he drinks the Grail and
he's
he looks like that skeleton a little bit.
I believe that. I mean, I'm never going to see it myself, but
that game is freaking impossible, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, between that game being impossible and me getting bored so easily, but I mean,
I think that's the thing. The boredom made it impossible.
Yeah, well, not boredom, but frustration doing the same 2 levels over and over again, and all the while.
Oh, that's true.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't care what that says about me. I can't do it.
It says a lot of things.
I know, but they're all true.
Yeah.
So.
Crap.
There we go.
Grimace hand coming out of the grave.
And Leaf.
The blood of Grimace. Yeah, that's the one thing about the Hammer movies is every time Dracula gets destroyed, he has to come back, and it's always by like someone's blood like seeping into his ashes. It's like, you know, someone walking by his ashes, gets a paper cut and it flies out. And like, oh, damn it.
What have I done?
I think the best death in one of those movies was in the second one, that Christopher Lee isn't Dracula, but this guy goes on a windmill, like on the actual, like, you know, what do they call propellers?
Turbine? No, not turbines.
You know, the wheelie things.
The wheelie things that make windmills.
Yes, yes, exactly, the windmillery. So he gets on one of those and he lines it up so it's in the shape of a cross. And the shadow of the windmill, Dracula is standing in the shadow of the windmill, and just the shadow of the cross kills him.
I can't tell if that's dumb.
It's dumb.
Or really, really, really dumb. It's dumb. Like, no, you're right. It's dumb.
It's like he can walk by a window that has, like, you know, a cross thing, and was the shadow going to get him then? Like, it was unbelievably.
He can
stupid.
like type in Microsoft Word and have in just the right font and type in a lowercase t.
And he's like, ah. Well, of course he has to go. Blah. Oh, nice lady. But yeah, I mean, that
I was
one.
going to say, I'd love to see Yiddish Dracula, but I remembered.
Jerry Lewis as Dracula. Oh, don't hurt me, Mr. Garlic person. Then there's one, like, he gets frozen. Like, falls into the water and gets frozen.
Okay, I mean, that's different.
Then he comes back in the next one. So that one, he's just, he's lying dormant in that one. And then there's one called Dracula 1972 AD, I think it is called. So it takes place in the present day, and it's like Van Helsing's great-grandson, and there's a few that are like, the satanic rituals of Dracula, the satanic rites of Dracula, as the hell it's called. But, and then there's one, what was it, Seven Golden Vampires, and it's part of the series, and it takes place in China. I smell a review series!
I don't.
Okay, I was You're not a fan of that era horror movies, like 60s, 70s, 50s?
Well, when you put it that way, now I am kind of on the idea.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sometimes I have to remind myself I love bad movies.
And like the sideburn quality
is
just amazing. Like British sideburns. Because you can tell when the movies, like, they start off in the 50s, and as they go, the music gets a little more exploitation or a little funkier. Sideburns get a little more thick. It's just, it's good for everybody.
And as you move to the 80s, the sideburns turn to the back of the head and becomes a mullet.
Oh, Punk Dracula? There must be a movie like that. I'm not talking about Once Bitten with Jim Carrey.
I don't know. Ever hear of a band called Teenage Jesus and the Jerks?
Now I have.
Their name is the best thing about them.
Teenage Jesus and the Jerks.
A friend of mine sent me a link to like their album page or something like that, and I thought,
were they subpar?
Yeah.
My second use of that word. Is that my second time saying subpar?
I mean, they've been right both times, so it's not jeez, I'm gray.
George the Animal Steel with an afro snake.
There we go.
Why did they make Medusa look like Tor Johnson there? Like that was kind of bizarre.
She did look a little, bulky, I guess.
She looking like a man.